Hello, everyone. I'm live. Hey, Teacher Kasie I. So today, hopefully you can see me and hear me okay. I figured it's a get to know me video. This is me. I am a yoga pants, leggings, tank top kind of gal. So yeah. How are you guys doing today? What's everybody up to? Now, normally for these videos, you want to do a get to know me video and kind of keep it in your niche, right? So if I was doing a get to know me video for my students, it would probably look a little bit different than for my family or for my subscribers or something. So today, my get to know me video is pretty much any questions you may have, some questions that I found online that I figured I could, ask myself, or questions that people have asked me in the past. So if you have any questions, put them in the chat. Let's make this a little bit of fun. I probably should have put the link out to other groups so you guys could really ask me questions. But yeah, that's it. Let's see. Who am I? Well, my name is Kasie, aka Mom, aka Teacher Kasie, also known as Mrs. Oswald. So I have two children. They are both adults, and I am going to be a grandma soon. Super excited about that. I love to travel. I have been a few places around the world, and let's see, I have two puppies. I love to hike. So thanks, Kelly. She said she's going to tell some people. So that's a little bit about me. I didn't know I wanted to be a teacher. So probably you might not know this, but back in the day, I was out of the military, had two babies, and my husband was getting out, and they said, well, you can't work as a teacher's aide anymore. It's just the way contracts work. But you can become a teacher if you go back to school, or you can be a secretary. And, I was an aide for, I think, about 2 years at that point, and I loved it. I loved working with the kids. I didn't realize that I wanted to be a teacher until they said I could no longer work at the school unless I got my degree. So went back to school. We were living in Japan at the time. So I did all online schooling, and I was teaching English while I was in Japan. And then I finished school. We moved to Germany, and then I finished my student teaching and my observations and became a teacher. So in that time, I was allowed to be a substitute teacher, though. So for the whole time, I was teaching English off base and working on base as a substitute teacher. And that's how I realized I want to be a teacher. I want to have my own classroom. So during my student teaching year, unfortunately, my mentor's teacher, her mom passed away, and I took over her classroom for a little bit. And then I received my first job as a teacher. It was a long-term sub for another teacher after that. And then the following year, they gave me my very own classroom. It was tough circumstances, but I was in the right place at the right time and was able to become a teacher overseas, it was an amazing opportunity. So I had my own classroom, and a veteran teacher moved across the hall from me and became my best friend. We even have the same birthday. It was great. So I was a kindergarten teacher there for 8 years. We lived in Germany for 10, and that's it. I moved back to the States and was sitting at home and kind of like, man, what am I going to do? I don't have any children at home. We're empty nesters. I didn't even have a car yet. And I learned about VIP Kid, and that's how I became an online teacher. So that's a little bit about how I got into teaching and how I'm still in teaching. So let's see some fun facts. I have a Word document, which I put down some questions that I could answer. But like I said, if you have questions, put them on here. Let's see. Oh, my favorite hobby. I love sports. So most of my hobbies are sports related. I love watching. I love playing. I love going to sporting events. Yeah, bring me to a Red Sox game anytime. So Yeah, sports are my hobbies. Hiking, traveling, I've already mentioned those. Love it. So what are your favorite hobbies? Put some in the chat box. I want to know what other hobbies other people have. Let's see. Do you like cold drinks or hot beverages? Coffee is my number one drink. Usually, however I can get it, but it's usually hot. A hot coffee. Yes, I live in Florida, but I still love hot coffee. I'm originally from Boston. I think they give us coffees in our bottles when we're young. I've always been a coffee drinker. I mean, even like end of the pot, hot coffee, you pour it into something and put it in the refrigerator to make cold coffee the next day. Like, don't waste my coffee. So, all right. What is your favorite TV show or web series? The funny thing about this, I've always liked crime scene or crime type things or spy, like Alias, things like that. When we were overseas, I didn't watch much TV. So fast forward to moving back to the States, and I was like binge watching. So I would say right now it's any of the NCIS or CSI type shows still. Normally I just watch sports. And I do like Deadliest Catch, which is the crab show. That's kind of funny. Hobbies, don't have time. I wish I was able to travel more. Yes. And you will. When you become an empty nester, it's so sad to say, but you will probably have time to travel. And then you're like, but I want to be close to my kids. So it's kind of like a catch-22. But maybe you'll be able to travel with your kids soon. And, we originally were traveling with our kids, mostly with my son's baseball. We went to Italy every year for him to play baseball and to Poland every year for baseball. And he played in Germany, but we lived there. So we traveled a lot, but mostly it was for baseball. But it was great. I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. Kelly, if you could go anywhere right now, where would it be? Some of my dream places to go are, I want to go to Australia and Africa. I've always wanted to go and observe their nature and the animals and things like that. So yeah, I would love to. I just recently got back from Germany from visiting my friends. I loved it. It was hard to leave again. I'm not going to lie. It was hard. All right, let's see. I've got some more questions up here. There's just so many. I probably should have wrote more down, but if you had, where to go? If you had unlimited money in your bank account, how would you use it? It's probably like cliche to say, but I would definitely try to help people out. That's just doing little things for people or helping out in some way. I would probably go to the grocery store and pay for people's food or unlimited money. I think I could help tons of people. That would be my thing. I had unlimited money to use on myself. It would probably be to buy lots of acres of land and have my family live on on the land with me. So my mom had this vision when I was younger, and she would always say, I just wish one day I would have this land and all three of my girls would live there with their families. And I'm like, okay, Mom, and now I'm like, I wish I had land that I could live with my family. So I totally get her vision and her dream now. So, but as a young kid, you're kind of like, Hawaii. Oh, okay. So I have been to Hawaii, which was my dream place a long time ago. And I went, but I was so sick. This is right before COVID hit from the States. So we knew it was coming from working with the kids in China. So I don't know if I had it or if I had something else, but I could kind of leave the hotel room, but I couldn't like function. Like I felt so lethargic and kind of confused. Who knows? Maybe I just had a cold. I have no idea. I didn't know what it was, but I had trouble like just wanting to go walk outside, which is just not like me. Normally I'm like, let's get out of here. Let's go do things. And I just was like, staying in the hotel would be nice. So, and I think Kelly, we even did a collaboration from there when I was kind of feeling like not myself. And I remember trying to because we were new at this. So, oh, but yes, I do want to go back to Hawaii. I did get to see some of my kindergarten students there when I was there visiting. So, yeah, it was a bummer. And I just had no idea what was going on. No idea. I mean, at the time, COVID wasn't a thing here, so it didn't hit me that it could be that until later on, but I have no idea what it was. No idea. So this is fun. Thanks for hanging out with me, Kelly. What would you do if you had unlimited money? Oh, I just went to the wrong post. Where am I? All right, my questions. Think that you can change any portion of your life. What would it be? Oh, that is like a really hard question to answer. If I could change anything in my life, what would it be? I think, I don't know if this is portion, but anyway, I think lack of confidence holds me back on a lot of things. I get to where I'm going to do this and this and this. And then I'm like, can I really do that? I don't know. And I kind of like take a back seat. Does that make sense? So I think that would be something I would change about myself. So I know it was such a bummer. All right, let's see. I guess there's a lot of other questions. What is my favorite thing to teach? The hardest thing for me in school was reading, and even now, comprehension. I've always had comprehension problems. College was hard. It was so hard for me to read and understand what I'm reading. So one of my favorite things to teach is reading now. I took some classes. I learned how to help kids. And it's such a passion of mine to help kids learn how to read so that none end up like me. Does that make sense? Like, I wish I loved to read, and I just don't. It's a lot of work for me, and it's something I just didn't want to put time into. So basically, when I read, if I read a page and I try to go back to it later, I can't remember what I read. So I have to read it again. And so I'm constantly rereading what I have already read. So that has always been a thing for me. So I think teaching reading to kindergartners and having them find a love of reading has just, I love that. I love it. Let's see. My classrooms in the past have been Dr. Seuss and Eric Carle. I had those two classrooms for my whole kindergarten career. I had Dr. Seuss for the first, I don't know how many years, and a couple of years Eric Carle, and then the rest were Dr. Seuss again. I love the bright colors and all the different characters. So yeah, I love color. I usually have some color in my hair and everything. I love color. Colors make me happy. So have you seen my brand logo or anything? I've got like hot pink, yellow, black, and like a cool blue. Not this thumbnail, but a different one. So I love bright colors. Maybe it's from my grandmother always putting me in the color yellow when I was a kid. I always feel like I'm going to lose my voice. So, all right. Any other questions? Feel free to put them in the chat box. Let's see. Let's see. Still looking at, there are so many questions. I'm like, oh, I don't see any in the chat. If you have, I'll check again in the chat in just a second. But if you had superpowers, how would you use it? That's so, I would use it to help the world. I think lots of people, that would be their answer, but I don't know how I could use it or what I could do to stop all this arguing and fighting and things. Maybe that would be my superpower. Making a community, I always say, is my superpower, but maybe I could help get rid of some of the bad that's going on right now. When I was a kid, So there's a question on here. I don't know where it's at now, but I read it earlier. But it was like, what did you want to be as a kid when you grew up? So when I was really little, I wanted to be a vet. And I would say throughout a lot of my schooling, I wanted to be a vet or a narcotics cop. And my parents asked the vet if I could drive around with them because my parents race horses. And a horse had to be put down, and that was it. I never, ever wanted to be a vet again. My daughter is actually working at a vet clinic now. She's got I was always like sad, like, I can't put a horse down. I can't put an animal down. And my daughter is like, well, they're suffering, so she understands that part where I couldn't do it when I was a kid. And then, yes, I wanted to be a narcotics cop. I actually thought that's what I was going to do when I went in the military, but I didn't. So, Kelly, you like color too? What is your favorite colors? I used to always say black was my favorite because it went with everything. I still love black. I usually always wear black. But yeah, I'll take pretty much any colors. Well, my puppy came in. Luna is here today. She's homesick. She is going to the vet. She has been really, really not feeling good this week. So she's got an appointment in just a few minutes. This video was just part of my 14-day YouTube challenge that I have challenged a bunch of teachers for. I probably could have made this video towards teaching or something, but I just wanted it to be relaxing, ask me questions, or I find some questions just to relax and have fun today. Hot pink or red, woohoo. Those are super fun colors. There are colors that I love that I feel like I can't wear. Like, I don't ever wear hot pink, but I really like it. Well, I do have one hot pink tank top that I would wear for workouts and things, but normally I don't. And it's funny because I don't like flowery type things, florals, and my leggings that I have on right now are floral. I went to Pink, the Victoria's Secret Pink website, because I had a gift card and they had leggings on sale with the pockets, and those are my favorite. So I got like 2 of them, and I didn't care that they had flowers on them. I don't think they're too obnoxious, but they're fun. So, all right. Well, I think that's all for today so that I can run my puppy to the vet in an hour. I feel so bad for her. She's just laying there. But that's it. If you have questions, put them below this video and either I will answer them on this video or I'll make another one. All right, everyone, if you are doing the 14-day YouTube teacher challenge, don't forget to put your videos under the correct prompt, and let's collaborate. Let's talk. Let's have fun. I'll talk to you all later. Bye. Thank you so much, Kelly, for being here, hanging out, and being in the chat with me. I really appreciate you. Have a good one, everyone.